What is up? What is up, good people? How y'all doing out there? It's your boy Kelvin coming back at you from behind the bench. Salute to everybody out there. Hope y'all doing well. Hope y'all blessed. Shout out to the other guys in the group. All right, check this out. Today, we'll talk about Kevin Garnett. You know, one of the great power forwards of all time, former Celtic, former Timberwolves, and Brooklyn Net. And it's a conversation I had with my boy Mark. Came through, chopped it up, and we just talked about Kevin Garnett and the whole thing surrounding him on social media since he's retired, and how he's being ranked all time, and are people having revisionist history? Is he overhyped, overrated? We just kind of had a conversation about him. This is part one. Y'all check it out. It's me and my boy Mark, and I'll come back at y'all at the end. Yo, what's good, people? It's your boy Kelvin back at y'all once again with Behind the Bench. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Got an episode of Barbershop. Got my boy Mark in the building. I know it's been a while since we recorded, but we're back at it. And we're going to talk about a little something different. We're going to talk about the NBA. I know it's the off season and the Olympics just finished up and everything, and it's kind of a downtime right now until football starts, and then the NBA picks back up in September, October, training camp and the season. So, but anyway, NBA topic I want to talk about is Kevin Garnett. Now, I know some months back we did an episode with Kevin Garnett comparing him to Dirk, and how their careers kind of paralleled. And we picked who we liked the best or whatever, but I want to specifically talk about the Kevin Garnett phenomenon that's been going on over the last, 3 or 4 years or so on social media. And when did he retire?
He retired in 2016.
Okay, 2016, somewhere in that area. So it's been about 7-8 years, and he's got a popular podcast and stuff like that. But when people speak about Kevin Garnett's career, I don't know if a lot of these younger fans didn't actually see his career and everything like that, but I think it's a little exaggeration on, his actual skill set and what he actually brought to the team. So I'm just going to discuss Kevin Garnett for a couple minutes, and I'm going to let Mark speak. Okay, so when you're on social media or day to day and people start talking about Kevin Garnett, what are the things that you're hearing?
Well, first and foremost, one of the main things I hear about Kevin Garnett is when I hear them talk, they always seem to want to put him in the same boat as the all-time greats. I don't know how he escalated so fast to a lot of people even comparing him to Tim Duncan. Like, forget Dirk or Charles Barkley, any of the other great power forwards. They like, who better, him or Tim Duncan? I'm like, I'm not even sure if he's better than Barkley or Malone or Dirk. I can't even say that he is.
Right.
But I know he's not better than Tim Duncan.
Right. A lot of things I've been hearing, different people, YouTube channels, and salute to them. They have this illusion or thought. I don't want to say illusion because I don't want to disrespect nobody's opinion. It's their opinion. But their train of thought is that if you take Tim Duncan out the Spurs and you put Kevin Garnett there, the same thing is going to happen. And I 100% disagree. I believe that Kevin Garnett does not have the intangibles that Tim Duncan had. What are your thoughts?
I don't think Kevin Garnett have the intangibles that any of those top 5 power forwards have. Right. Me personally, it's I wasn't ever the biggest Kevin Garnett fan when he was playing. I was a big Boston fan before he got there. But when I look at Kevin Garnett, I hear everyone saying, "Oh, he could guard all 5 positions. Oh, he could. His ball handling, which I never seen in a game really.
No.
But I can vouch and say I seen Charles Barkley handling the ball.
Right.
For I can vouch and say I seen a young Dirk handling the ball. So I didn't see that with Kevin Garnett. Now, Kevin Garnett's mid-range game was amazing.
On point.
But people would talk like he had a 3-point shot. Like he was just as good of. I'm like, I didn't see that. I didn't see that, and I watched a lot of Kevin Garnett.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, one of the main intangibles that he lacked is, as you call it, the clutch gene. He just didn't have it. He was more closer when it come to being clutch. He was more close to Chris Webber as far as being clutch than he was Dirk Nowitzki or Charles Barkley or one of those other guys. I can't think of any like really big shots that he has made or even really took the tie or win the game.
When I think of Kevin Garnett, he's a great player, definitely a Hall of Famer. But like you said, off the top of my head, okay, like I know we're comparing to Dirk. I'm not trying to bring Dirk in the conversation, but just for a quick comparison, off the top of my head, I can think of a lot of big playoff moments and big games that Dirk had. Thinking about Kevin Garnett, it's really hard for me to remember like a memorable moment or memorable games. Not saying he didn't contribute to winning, of course he did with Boston. They couldn't have won without him. But we talk about memorable all-time playoff moments, a big shot, whatever, man. I can't, I can't think of none, man.
You remember Charles Barkley hitting that shot at the top of the key for the Rocket, and he running out with his hands up in the air.
Spurs.
You got all types of plays, and I'm just thinking to myself, when I look at Kevin Garnett, even though he is a great player, he's a great player. He's definitely a Hall of Famer, deservedly first ballot Hall of Famer.
Right.
But the perception that people, they say, oh, Kevin Garnett is top 20 player ever. Some people have him top 15. I'm like top 15. Yeah. I'm like, dude, when I watched that, he was the ultimate glue guy for the Boston Celtics team. Right. I know it's a dirty, people view that word as dirty to say, to call a guy a glue guy. Right. But again, you can't win without the glue guy. Right. The Warriors don't win without Draymond Green. And I think he's probably the most overrated player I've ever seen.
Definitely.
But that glue guy, you gotta have him. I think Kevin Garnett is like the ultimate glue guy. He could go out there, he go get you for the Celtics. He probably was getting them 16-9 or something like that. Played hard, emotional leader. They hit any big shots, but he didn't have to. He set picks and he played he did all intangible things. And,
right. And I think a lot of people are drawn to Kevin Garnett because he's such a, he's
loud person.
Loud, the bravado and beating his chest. And I do think he's a good locker room guy, good leader and stuff like that. But, when you're talking about, like I said, the clutch gene, and again, that is a word Skip Bayless came up with. Salute to Skip Bayless. I stole his word, but it is a very appropriate word for Kevin Garnett also. What Kevin Garnett lacked is something that you can't quantify on the stat sheet. We can look at rebounds, we can look at his assists, we can look at his all defensive team, and we can see him scoring 25 points. But the late game situations and being able to carry a franchise deep in the playoffs year after year after year, Kevin Garnett to me could not do that, man. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody goes cry about, he didn't have no help in Minnesota. Yes, he did. He had help. Chauncey Billups was there. Wally Zerbiak. One playoff series we always talk about. They both averaged over 20 a game. He had help, and the Mavericks smoked the Timberwolves. No, man, I don't understand the hype. I don't. When I say hype, it's like I'm trying to discredit dude and not saying he wasn't great. He wasn't great, but he wasn't like that. Like y'all talking about top 15ish, top 20. No, But go ahead.
My thing is like Kevin Garnett was pretty much incapable. You have all the data, all the information. It's kind of like when you see something and you have all the evidence, all the historical data, and you saying, okay, this would happen, this would occur, this would occur, but people seeing what they want to see and not seeing for what it is because they like Kevin Garnett. Or when you like LeBron, or when you like Jordan, you see them all in a positive light. You just find everything to support why you push.
Right.
But the thing is, Kevin Garnett had just as solid teams as the Mavericks did then. The Mavericks, that wasn't a Steve Nash for the Suns, the way everybody be want to paint it.
No.
And,
They love the overhyped Nash with the Mavericks. He was good, but it wasn't Steve Nash.
His arrow was still pointing up. He hadn't even hit his peak yet, not even close. You know, they had their equivalent to Michael Finley was Spree Wells, pretty much the same character. Right. You know, Sam Cassell was like what Jason Terry was. So it was pretty. The difference was that their superstar outplayed the other team superstar. But when I look at Kevin Garnett, he got his team however far you want to say, which wasn't far. They had all those exits, like 7 first-round exits.
Ton.
Then he finally get to go over to Boston, and he's arguably the third, possibly even the fourth option over there on offense, and that's fine. But when I think of an all-time great, I can't think of one all-time great that was considered the third option on any squad they were on. Not one.
We're talking about late game situations, man. You know, I've had arguments with people on social media about that Boston team, bruh. When it was late game time, it was Paul Pierce and Ray Allen. That's who Doc Rivers drew up the plays for. He wasn't drawing up no plays from Kevin Garnett. Now, I know, any Boston Celtics fan, I know y'all love Kevin Garnett and what he brought. And again, like you said, he was the glue guy. He would defend and he would knock down an open shot and stuff like that. But when it was late game crunch time, it was Pierce and Ray Allen.
Pierce for three. It's good. Paul Pierce from way downtown. Then Boston leads by 4. Garnett comes back, nearly stolen by Wade. Dueling out to Ray Allen. An open three. It's good. Tie game. Ray Allen drills the 3 with 34 seconds remaining.
Pierce. Pierce kicks it to the corner. Ray got it with 2.1 on the clock. Watch this. Gives it to Pierce. Pierce makes the defense cave, leaving the sharpshooter wide open in the corner.
Shot clock at 4. Down to 3. Down to 2. Pierce steps back, puts it up, puts it in. Paul Pierce does it again.
That's exactly right. In late game situations, Pierce and Ray Allen. Pierce and Ray Allen. Those are the guys who are taking the big shots in late game situations. You know, I'm not dissing Kevin Garnett, nothing like that. He is an all-time great, but you know, this top 15 talk and all this type of stuff that's been going on social media the last few years, people need to pump the brakes, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm not trying to disrespect Kevin Garnett. He is a legend. He is no doubt about it, a Hall of Fame. There's no doubt about it, top 75. But to me, the intangibles that were needed to get the team over the top in late game crunch time situations, I take that over a great defensive player any day of the week. And again, I'm big on defense and stuff like that. And defense is very important. And again, the Celtics during that time frame, they could not win without Kevin Garnett. They must have him. But it's the difference between the alpha at the end of the game and the guy that's playing great defense and the coach not really calling up plays for him at the end. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's all I'm gonna say. That is conclusion of part 1. We have a part 2 that's coming. I'll probably drop that tomorrow or the next day. But you know, just a little conversation between me and my boy Mark, part 1. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel about Kevin Garnett, but you know, I know some people are gonna disagree. That's their guy, and I have no problem with that. It's just my opinion, and it's Mark's opinion. And it just was our little conversation. So part 2 will be coming, and appreciate y'all checking it out. Y'all be blessed, and I'm up out of here.